everybody, my name is Megan. Welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about Durham and my favourite things in Durham and favourite things of the student experience, so you know what to get involved in to like make the most of it. So I've just finished my second year at Durham, so I feel like I've had my experiences. Let's just get into it. First thing, things inside Durham that I would recommend getting involved with. First of all, if you're in a college and you have like a winter ball or something, maybe get involved in the decorations team. I did that in my first term and it was really fun actually. I made some friends doing the decorations. I would say though, I thought everyone would just do it, but it was like only super artsy people that did like art A level, but I'm not very artsy, but I still managed to fit in. So that's a fun thing to do that I did in first term. You can join like the welfare team and the duck team, which are the charity teams. I also did that this year. I think I was officially part of them, but I didn't really do anything because I had a lot to focus on this year, first term, so didn't really get involved in them. But first year I did. We did like charity movie night and no one showed up. So that's great. My friend is part of a sports team for the university, not for a college. So I just went to one of her practices once and I ended up like this year doing all their scores in their matches for the fencing team. So I would like sit on the computer and do all the scores. It was actually really fun, and I even got to go like on a road trip with them. Not really a road trip, we went to Leeds, but like I think it's really nice. I was always involved in like sports and stuff growing up, and it's always nice to be on a team, but I just couldn't find something that I wanted to do in Durham like that. So it's like sort of being able to be involved in sports and in like a team, but you don't have to do anything. And then also, if your friends are like in a sports team, just go along to like their socials. I didn't realize you'd be able to do that, but like I've been to loads of fencing socials and stuff, so just like just ask around, see what people are doing. If you're not particularly sporty yourself, there's still ways to get involved. I forgot to include this as well, but they do charity rugby matches against other universities, so you'll see them like advertised around to get tickets. They're always really fun to watch. I quite enjoyed it. I think the first one was on Halloween, so it's quite exciting. I did this really cool thing. I can't remember who it was with. I think it was for the university welfare as a whole, or was it for University Mind? I'm not sure, but I went to this really cool event. I don't know if they do it every year because I didn't hear anything about it this year, but it was in Epiphany term of first year, and it was basically an event run by like this mental health thing, and it was for students struggling with loneliness. And at the time I had sort of like found my friends already, but I was like a speaker, so I was doing like a speech there, so I went along. I took my friends as well, and it was actually so fun. Like there was pizza, there was games, everyone was chatting. I think it's a nice thing to go along to, just to like broaden your circle, and it was just like a fun environment and I really enjoyed it. A sort of similar event I went to was with the International Society, even though I'm not technically international because I'm Wales, but like I just went because some of my friends were going, and they did like a taster night of like all different cultures and things. That was also a fun thing, like just fun things where they're doing like a range of activities and there's going to be a range of people there. It's just good to make friends and stuff. Oh, I was student rep first year. That was really good, and it was great because if you have to ask your lecturer a question but you don't want to get judged for being stupid, you can just be like, oh, by the way, loads of people have been asking me to ask this, so then it doesn't all fall down to you. Taster days are great. Go to Freshers Fair and just find out about all these taster days, and that's a good thing to do. Right, this is for the business school. I don't know if other courses do it, but for the business school there was this thing called London Experience, I think. I don't know. I did a vlog of it though. And you apply and then they select people to go on this trip to London, and you go round like different businesses and things, and it's a really fun day. And you also go to a networking event in Canary Wharf. So I definitely recommend that. It's not really that well advertised. I wouldn't have known if my friends hadn't mentioned it. So if you are in the business school, look out for something. It's something called like London Experience or something, and that's in the Easter holidays. I think that's it for stuff in the university. Then things I like around Durham, just going for walks. It's quite nice to walk around. Playing tennis, like every college has a tennis court. I actually in first year got really like hyped with that because you don't have to be part of the team. You just book a court, go with your friends, play tennis. That's a nice way to keep calm in exam season. I also joined a Durham community choir because I think in Durham choirs, in the uni, choirs are quite competitive. I can't really sing if you've ever met me, so my dad actually found this choir specifically for people that can't sing, so I joined that, and it's not really my age range. Like, just to give you a bit of a idea, a girl who was about 35 came and joined, and the lady next to me was like, oh, we've got another young one. So just to give you an idea of the age range. But honestly, I think that's so fun. I love hanging around with older people. There's another thing I also there's like an afternoon tea in Durham, like where you serve to the elderly, which my sixth form did, and it was like really good. So I did it again in Durham. I'm not sure it was that well organized. They didn't actually manage to get that many older people to come because they didn't provide any transport. So an event designed for like older lonely people, you kind of need to organize transport. But I did get involved in that, so I think it's still going on. But yeah, I joined this choir called Durham Scratch Choir, and it was really cool. I met some really interesting people. I didn't really do it that much because I joined at the start of Epiphany term, and then I went for a few weeks, and then I stopped going, and then I went just before lockdown, and I went for one thing, and they were like, can you do a performance with us on Sunday? And I was like, okay. I ended up with a solo, which was really nerve-wracking, and then like the next day lockdown started. So but yeah, if that's still going around, like just joining things in the community, not just in the university, is very good, because Durham has a massive bubble, like sort of like you're stuck in it. So to get involved in stuff outside of the university is very good. I also did a pub quiz on Tuesdays, just in a random pub, where they actually gave you free food. Like if you did the pub quiz, which was £1 to enter, you got a meal. You got a meal. I couldn't believe it. So I did that, which was very good. I definitely recommend. And then places to visit in and around Durham. Newcastle's always nice to visit. If you go to the Mui, I think it's called Mui. It's a really nice Chinese restaurant. It's my absolute favourite. I go every time. I love it. Also, where did I go? This place called the Metro Centre, which is sort of like, I'm going to say it's like the Trafford Centre. If you're not from the Northwest, you won't get that either. So if you're from the Northwest, it's like the Trafford Centre. If you're from London or down south, it's like Westfield. If you're from the northeast, or you've been, it's the Metro Centre. So that's a fun thing to go to, and it's got like its own train that goes straight there. So I actually went there on my own, and it was really good. But yeah, those are just a few things I did like in and around Durham, that I thought might be helpful for me to like give ideas of different things you can get involved with and do. Oh, also one last recommendation outside of Durham. I think you need your own transport for this. I only went when my parents came, but is it the Beamish Museum? Amazing. I love things like that, little old-fashioned towns and things. So yeah, definitely recommend the little Beamish Museum. It's so nice. I went on probably the coldest day of the year. It was absolutely freezing, and I didn't have warm clothes on, so I was just absolutely frozen. But I'd imagine in the summer it would be glorious. So yeah, those are a few little recommendations of things you can do in Durham, just to get an idea of different things, because I think when you've got academics to do and all that, it's very easy to get swamped. And one thing I pride myself on is a good work-life balance. So you know that I've been checked out different things to do when I'm not working. And finally, the ski trip I went on, that was super fun. All these organised events, though not the best organised, but it was really good. I definitely recommend. But I know I have Welsh student finance, so maybe that's a bit more accessible to me than others, because it is expensive. Like if I didn't have Welsh student finance, no way would I do it. But like just depends what resources you have, but if you can go on the ski trip, it's always a nice little experience to have. So yeah, that's all the things I'm going to talk about today. I think mainly just like doing things. You don't have to get fully involved, just do a taster just so you can like fill up your agenda. I think it's so important to do that. The happiest I was in uni so far was there was like 5 weeks where I had 4 hours of driving lessons a week, pub quiz on a Tuesday, scratch choir on a Wednesday, doing scores on a Wednesday for the fencing team, went on nights out and like other stuff. That was probably the happiest I was, because I love having like organised things to do and having a full schedule. So I think finding things to fill up your schedule is a great thing to do. So I definitely recommend doing that, taking some of these ideas. If you're in Durham and you've done anything fun or like extracurriculars or things like that, let me know in the comments so you can help other people, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy. Bye!